But we are going to go in for our second break, and we will be back in 2 minutes.
You are listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
And we are back. Hi, Pete.
Hey.
Well, I am so sorry that I interrupted you. I know that you were kind of toward the end. That's the only reason I went ahead and did that. But how often do you actually get these preternatural experiences at all? Or how often do you hear of them? I mean, I know that you said that that was your only one, but with the others, what has it been like? Well, we have lost, whoops, sorry for the noise. But we have lost Pete, and we are trying to get him back. So, if you are listening, I apologize for that. So, we're going to see if we can get him back, because he's too good to miss. I'm telling you that. So, you know, when he was describing that scene, it's, as I had mentioned in both of our chats, that it just was almost eerie to hear him describe what he went through with working with the priest. I am not someone who does those type of investigations often. They really do make me nervous, because I know there's evil out there, and I know that it takes a very special person to be able to do that. So I am going to, I think we have Pete back.
Hey, how
Pete.
you doing?
Yay. Hi there. I was kind of talking in circles while I was trying to get you connected in here. Thank you for getting back so quickly.
I apologize. I don't know what happened.
Well, stranger things have happened, so I'm not going to be, wigged out about it. So don't you be either.
Okay.
I have been doing these Skype connection things for so long that it's really weird. Sometimes they are absolutely the best thing going, and sometimes that happens.
Okay.
So, but
I'm good if you're good.
I'm great.
Okay.
And Brenda was saying that, she could almost see that as you were describing that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just telling people that I don't enjoy the scary cases, because I do know there's evil, and I've experienced it in a human, I don't want to experience it in something that I can't see.
Oh, I understand perfectly. And it just seems like the cases that I get now are the extreme cases. I've been doing nothing but poltergeist investigation probably for 10 years, 10 plus years now. I mean, I still go on regular cases. Don't get me wrong, and I'm still very much able to assess anything else. It just seems, those cases honestly really kind of fascinate me, and more so since being a hypnotherapist. Understanding how the mind works and what we can produce ourselves during stress or traumatic issues, anxiety, things like that. I've worked with many cases, being able to remove the causes and have had hauntings stop, as you know.
Right.
So, those cases just really fascinate me, and there's a big correlation. I don't know, correlation. Correlation's not the word. Possession and poltergeist activity, I can see a lot of the similarities, but preternatural events are very rare. They're very rare. There's so many different things that can happen for people to have events like that happen before I even look at preternatural activity, honestly.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, you have to. And I get a lot of emails and of folks wanting me to bring out a priest or an exorcist or a demonologist to look at their cases because they tell me, well, they know the name, they've heard the name, and at that point in time, if you know the name, if you know the name, then it's not really a preternatural case, because when you go through the ritual is a wearing out, so you can get the name, so you can expel them. So knowing
they're
the name,
not going to give that up easily, right?
That's exactly. I mean, that's their toehold to be where they're at, and they're not going to give it up. You're going to have to fight for it, and so at that point in time, that's when I start. That's when I put them in the chair and I look at, I try to look at the event through hypnosis and see why it's happening, what's triggering it. And once you get the trigger, and once you find the event, you can try to correct that event. There you go.
What do you mean by correct it?
Well, you try to release the issue and replace it with a positive reality, so they can move through whatever the issue is, to heal themselves. So, and I always tell them too, because I'm not a counselor, that I also tell them too, seems like this is what the issue is. I could be, that's my opinion. You might want to see a counselor to see if you can continue with the work to help you through with that. And it's worked a lot. It's worked a lot of good things for my clients.
Well, that's interesting, because everybody has different periods of their life that are more difficult than others, right?
Oh yeah, and we all have skeletons.
And the way that you cope with that can affect manifestations, right?
Correct.
That's interesting.
You think of it like a psychic temper tantrum is, right? I think Lloyd told me one time as how he described it. And it's a manifestation of that stress, and you place that energy out into the atmosphere of what and why you do that is whatever has triggered it It could be any of our senses. It could be a person doing something that triggers it, a smell, the taste of a food, an event going on in the home, and your subconscious will just trigger it, and it will manifest that pent up energy that that you haven't worked with. And when it does, it is usually, it's like a haunting, and for the most part it is. But as you continue with the stress in the area or the abuse in the area, it becomes stronger because of what it was, or the event in the area. And a lot of the times when it manifests, it's a lot like a dream. It's like it's metaphors. For instance, there is a lot of research that's been done on fires with poltergeists, or manifestations of water, for instance. And fire, and as a metaphor, is usually anger, and where the fire is manifesting to, like if it's burning your wife's clothes, maybe it has something to do with your wife. Maybe you're angry at your wife or something that she did that is upsetting you, and that's a metaphor for anger. Water is depression and sadness, and those cases. I mean, they've been studied for years, and you can find those usually in the parapsychological places like ASPR and American Society for Psychical Research, the Rhine Center, SPR. I mean, they have all those cases and abstracts and things like that.
Well, I did not realize that water was depression and sadness, because to me, water is escape and release.
Can be that too.
So, I mean, because I love it. So, I'm a water person. So
I am too.
So, yeah. So they can just have different meanings for different people. And when you're using your hypnotherapy, you're kind of probing maybe to see what that is.
Exactly. It's good. I mean, because that gives me an idea of what I need to look for. If they're, I have never had any fire. I have had water. I had water once. And when I heard that, that's what kind of gave me the clue to see what I was dealing with, and it ended up being deep depression over the loss of a grandparent, actually. And so when I worked with the loss of the grandparent and on helping her through her grieving process, stopped.
That's pretty awesome. Well and truly, very awesome.
And for those folks that they don't think that hypnosis it really does help, I'm fine with that. I just know that the folks that I've helped, I'm happy with that. I'm not out to try to change the world. Just my little corner.
Kinda, you do.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
We can only hope to be able to do that in our own little corner of the world, right? That's
all you can do.
Yep.
Just try to be the best person you can be.
Yes. And sometimes it's easier than others. So
yes, it can be.
Well, we are actually getting ready to go for our top of the hour break. I have so many questions for you. I know, right? But I have so many more questions for you, so I'm glad you're coming back. And
I am? Okay.
You are. Don't make me drive to Texas. But I kid.
I triple dog dare you to come to Texas.
Oh, well, that's not a problem. It's on the way to my daughter in Colorado. I can do that. But
All right.
I am just so.
You got a beer waiting on you from me if you come through here.
For you, I would drink a beer.
Woohoo!
I don't
I
drink
won't
beer,
tell my
but I
wife, I
would.
swear. I won't tell my wife.
That's